I had such a great response to my fall centerpiece that I wanted to show you what I do for a Christmas centerpiece. You might recognize the container from the fall. I use it all year round, and right now I'm going to show you how I decorate it for Christmas. So let's get started. Start with the container that suits your table the best. Then we are going to build this up. I don't want everything inside of here. You can do this any way that you want. You can start with foam blocks and put them in there. This is what we did for the fall centerpiece. I used the foam blocks. One option is start with greenery, any kind of greenery. You could lay that in there any way that you want. There's lots of ways that you can do it, and you would just go around randomly with that. I'm going to just use these as fillers in the end. But I got these containers quite a few years ago actually. I already have the base in there and they're built up. So I'm going to use this as my foundation. You want to start with a good foundation. That's the important part here. So put your blocks in, put your container, whatever you've got, and you're going to just start with your foundational piece. So I'm going to take these and I'm just going to place them inside. And that was pretty easy. Now, you probably aren't going to start with something that's already so finished. So look at some of the elements that you may want to use in yours, and you can use, this is the beauty of Christmas, you can use any style that you want. This would be so pretty in something that was flocked in the white flocking, an all white thing, blush pink, buffalo check, whatever your style is, you create it. My style is a little more traditional, homey, earthy, so that's what I'm going to build this on. And what I loved about these was these huge pine cones. It's got just a little bit of gold. I actually took some of the gold out that I wasn't loving, and this splash of red with the poinsettias is to me kind of the foundational that I'm going to work with, and then I'm going to add upon that. I also have these great candles that a friend made me, and they are made out of a tree. The top is just drilled out. I don't know if you can see that really well, but the top is drilled out, and then you just drop a candle in there. So these are fabulous, but you can use pillar candles, you can use just the skinny tapered candles, you could put lanterns in here, you could put just battery powered Christmas lights in there. It would be really pretty. I love just the element of a soft light for the table, so I'm going to use these. Now, for me, I want to build this up, so I have cut just a small piece of foam that I'm going to place in the middle of these two. And I'm just going to set my tallest candle on that. Then I'm going to take my other two, and these are just going to sit right inside of there. And it looks pretty good, but we're going to make it even better. So I have this in the box, and to me this doesn't have the richness and the fullness that I think it deserves. With these large scale candles and large scale flowers and large scale pine cones, I just feel that it's a lot of large things really condensed. So I want to build this out, and I think that's what's going to make it really pretty. And that's where these fillers are going to come in that I showed you earlier. So take your filler pieces, and that's exactly what you're going to do with them. You're just going to fill this. So I'm just going to poke these in, and I want some of this to come out so that we are building this out. I don't want to stick it too far out, but just expand this space a little bit. All right, so I've got it filled now. You can see that it's a little more balanced in scale, that these don't look like they're overpowering. So anytime I do a centerpiece, I always want to aim for about 3 different sizes of the elements that I'm going to put in here. So here I've got the poinsettias, and I've got these really large, these are quite a large scale pine cone. So that's my large size. These candles are even larger. So I kind of have two sizes going there. So for my third, I want to go with something smaller. So I've just got these smaller scale berries, just a few in gold, and I've got some red. So they're just going to get plugged in, but they're going to give this some dimension. So now I'm going to take my smaller scale things and I'm just going to plug them in. I only wanted just a little hint of gold in here. I didn't want that to be overpowering. So I've just got these little picks and I literally have just 4 of them for this, but I'm just going to plug them in. And what I want to do is try and create as much symmetry as possible. So if I put one in this end, I'm going to put one in the other end, and then I want the other two to be kind of in the middle to fill up that space in between these candles here. So I'll just plug those in, and there we go. Already that's going to bounce the light around. So I love that element. So I've got some of the red berries now, and I'm going to just look at maybe some of the negative space where there isn't really anything, and I'll just put these in. And again, this is just it's just a hint. This isn't the focal point, but it does really help fill and create some beautiful depth to this. And then I have one last piece. These were just some garland that I took apart, and these have even smaller berries. So I'm going to go ahead and just also put those in. There's really no right or wrong. You're the creator. That's what I love so much about being able to do this, is I'm the creator. I could probably rebuild this 15 times and it might be a little bit different each time. So don't stress, just have some fun. Make this beautiful, make it be your style, have it suit your home, something that is pleasing to you. I really believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you can do this however you want. And when you do it, I would love to see your pictures. So you can post them or DM me with your pictures of a creation that you've made. I would love to see it. Okay, and that's it. This is ready to go. I'm gonna set this, we're gonna light these candles, and it's gonna be beautiful.